Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tier 2. We are racing around Belgium today, Spa-Francorchamps. It is a very interesting track with a lot of ups and downs, and I mean in terms of elevation rather than emotion, although I think a lot of people will be having certain emotions about this track. I both love and hate this track. You can take a rouge flat, it can spit you out into a wall. It's a very interesting track, so this should be a very good race. I am joined today by none other than LRL. Stefan, how are you doing tonight?
Yeah, hello guys. Yeah, I'm feeling really good. I'm happy to be back after our little break and happy to watch the Tier 2 drivers. Probably the tier that, apart from my own tier, I know the best, so I've raced most of these guys, and we're on one of my favorite tracks, one of only 2 tracks that I've attended in real life, where I've seen a Formula 1 race in real life, so it was my first Formula 1 race that I watched live, and it was Spa 2018.
Oh, nice.
Never forget that. It was very nice. Very nice thing to do, and yeah, always like to come back here, no matter in reality or online.
Yeah, well, we have a very interesting title fight going on in Tier 2 at the moment. Sam Flan is leading the championship with 153 points, and hot on his tail is the Fox River 8 on 153 points. They are tied going into the final 3 races, so it is going to be a very, very interesting end to the season for the championship fight.
Yeah, it is. I mean, while in my tier, I don't know if the championship is already...
You go, Nate. Sorry.
Yeah, some driver. That's what
yeah, he's just another level. It is absolute filth.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, so we have a lot of fast guys there, but he always manages to pull out an extra 10s or sometimes multiple 10s. So
it's mad. It is absolutely mad.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
But yes, we are on board Boothie, who is doing our first lap of the day, and it looked like he had a very, very good first sector. And he's looking like he's got a pretty stable setup, actually. A very stable setup. He can really chuck it out of some of these corners.
It's quite important. You want to have the confidence in your rear in the second sector.
Oh, we ran super wide there, though.
Okay.
He didn't invalidate, though. So he got away with it somehow. Oh, he invalidated there, though. And J Sarge is invalidated as well. Let's run on board with the Fox River 8, one of our tied championship leaders, and see what he can do. Riding the curbs very, very nicely at the end of the Kemmel Straight. Carrying very good speed around No Name. Got on the power very early there. Oh, he touches the curb. I don't know how he didn't spin it. You touch that curb, there is a very good chance your car is going round. Oh, a bit of a kick there, though. 143.9 from Hodgson on mediums. 42.6 from Sam Flan. There is the gauntlet for Fox River 8 to try and match.
That's a decent start.
That's a brilliant lap from Sam Flan.
Don't know if I'm gonna manage this.
40, 41, 42 points. Oh, 6,000ths of a second. This is going to be a very, very tight race, I think.
Well, we can see why the title fight is so close.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's incredible. 6,000ths.
On the longest track of the calendar.
Yeah.
7 kilometers.
Absolutely crazy that they are that close.
And look at Jinxie, he is just a half a tenth behind as well.
Yeah, it was very close between the top three. Here comes Krustia T down to the bus stop chicane. Looks very tidy. Oh, big kick on the exit as I say that he was very tidy. 43.6. He probably lost a few tenths there. That could have been top 5, top 4 for him. Smith's invalidated, so we don't actually have anyone on a lap now. So you said this is one of your favourite tracks to drive. What is it you love about Spa so much?
I think it's the layout. Yes, the layout is fun to drive, but it's more than that. It's also the history. You know, the landscape.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not what you're paying attention to when you race, but it's just the vibe and the atmosphere this place full of history is giving.
Yeah.
So it is a factor somehow, even though when you drive, of course, it's not. You know, if you're racing in a historic park or if you're racing at some random track, it's more about the layout then. But it plays a role for me. So
Yeah.
you know, you're coming to Spa, and maybe there are some newer circuits that don't have this special atmosphere around them. At least not
Yeah.
yet. Maybe in the future there's also going to be classics, but it's just Spa, isn't it? I mean, it's one of those tracks that you would, if they would throw it off the calendar, the fans would be rioting. So
Yeah.
imagine
It's
going
one
on
of the
without
things I love about Silverstone. I mean, I love the layout of Silverstone. It's probably my favourite track to drive, but I also just love the history of it.
Yeah, exactly this.
So B17 is starting his lap. Oh, JSOD just started his lap too. I missed that. Oh, he's invalidated again. He's not having a great start, JSarge. Let's see where B17 is at the end of the first sector. 30.2, not a bad first sector. Ooh, ran a little bit wide at the top of the Kemmel Straight and invalidated. So easy to invalidate around that part of the track, to be fair. So let's have a look in the YouTube. Good evening to Martin, who is texting and driving. He said, I learned watching WEC at the weekend there are 2 corners called Piff Paff here. I did not know that.
Me neither. Which corners?
Yeah, which corners are Piff and Paff? Let us know, Martin. And good evening, Mandy. I hope you're well. Boothy's on a lap, 30.4 first sector. Again, not bad at all. Ooh, massive kick out of the top of the Kemmel Straight. That will have cost him probably 3 or 4 tenths easily.
B7? No, he's not on the fast lap.
I think Boothy might be running a low downforce setup because he looks like he's got some incredible straight line speed, but is looking slightly twitchy under traction.
Yeah, on this track you're gonna find a compromise. You need the straight line speed in the first and the last sector, but in sector 2 it's gonna hurt you. The second sector is long. It's very long, and
there's a lot of time to be won and lost in the second sector.
Yes, of course, overtaking is done in the other 2 sectors mostly, but still, I personally always like to feel comfortable all the time on the track.
I'm a bit of a high downforce runner. I don't like going for speed because I need to have confidence under traction. That is the
Hey,
main thing for me.
exactly that. And you know, with the DRS here on the Camel Straight, it's even when you have higher wings, you're gonna overtake easily. If you
Yeah,
are not if you don't have DRS yourself, you're completely vulnerable.
absolutely. Ooh, big twitch from B17 there. To the second sector.
Ah, me neither. I have to say.
No, there's so many of them with where the two corners are named the same and it's just 1 and 2 and I can never remember all of them.
Yeah, but you know, it's one of those tracks where you still have like Silverstone, where you have some historical corner names. Like it's just not just turn 9 and turn
Yeah,
11.
exactly.
You know, they have a name, and everyone remembers the name. Or like we didn't, but there are many corners, of course. Just Eau Rouge, Radillon, Blanchimont. So you have,
No name, Pouin.
yeah, go on. So there's La Source. So you can really
Yep,
name it.
you can. And here comes Bit through the double right-hander at the end of the second sector. Got a very nice exit onto the straight that's not really straight. Ooh, we looked slightly uncomfortable
Oh,
through that long left
Wales.
right-hander.
No, Wales spun
Oh no.
out of the last corner.
Bit does a 43.9, puts him into P10. J Sarge's invalidated again.
I just switched on to him, so we had the same thought. I thought exactly was about to say the very same thing.
Oh, he's having a
Oh, that's
nightmare, bless him.
he's gonna be under a lot of pressure in his final run.
Yeah, he needs to get back in the pits and get back out, otherwise he is not going to get a chance for a run. Or is he saving his ERS and he has enough fuel to go again?
That's of course a possibility.
We're about to
Oh,
find out as he comes through the bus stop.
nice
No,
pitting.
into the pits he goes. Sam Flan is on a lap. Let's see if he improves through the first sector. Ooh, half a tenth off.
But the most important part is coming now in the second sector. There's really a lot of time to gain there.
Yeah, that's where you find all your time.
The first sector isn't very important in qualifying. It's basically just La Source, so
Yeah.
since Rouge is easily flat out in
He's
quali
looking
and in the
pretty
race.
stable, to be fair.
Yeah, not many corrections, not many movements on the steering wheel.
He's looking pretty rapid here, I have to say. Has it been enough to improve? Oh, he's a tenth
Yeah.
up.
Now he's getting a slipstream.
That's going to be huge for him. Oh, he moves out the way.
Oh, but still, the slipstream down this straight is so effective on this game.
Yeah. Here he comes to the bus stop chicane. Pick your braking point perfectly. He does that pretty well. Ooh, almost runs wide. Ooh, up by 2/10.
Wow.
The pressure's now on Fox River 8. Jinxie's on his out lap. Simba's left the session, so we might be having connection issues.
Oh, that's not really it. We're watching Duncan. He's also improving by 0.3. see if there how much you can find in the last sector.
He needs to find another couple of tenths if he wants to gain a position. Three and a half tenths, so he doesn't gain a position, unfortunately. Mark's on his lap now. He found half a tenth in the first sector. But I think his previous lap was mediums, wasn't it? Maybe that was a soft run, I don't know. Oh, he's 6.5 tenths up. Simba's back in, but I don't think he's going to have time for another run now. Here comes Mark up into the bus stop. Ooh, big kick on exit!
Yeah.
Up to P5, but he probably lost about 2 tenths there.
Yeah, maybe it would have been very close to single track.
Yes. Jinx is on his lap as well. Just not telling me how much he improved by in the first sector. Thank you, game. Very nice through there. He's looking very stable. Ooh, 3.5 tenths up. J Sarge, a 42 dead. He had one chance and he absolutely smashed it.
He nailed it, yes. You know, he can be so fast. I mean, he's a multiple champion. He's won multiple titles.
Tier 1 champion as well.
Yeah, it's Tier 1, yes.
Here comes Jinx, though. 42.4 gets him above Fox. Let's see what Fox can do on his lap. Two tenths up. This could potentially get him into the top 3. He really needs to nail the bus stop chicane if he wants to get pole here. And that was beautiful, to be fair. 42.3 gets P2. Let's see if single track can challenge. .42.4, he goes back into P4 by 4 thousandths of a second. So there is our starting grid by the looks of it. J Sarge, who only set one valid lap, gets pole position, followed by Fox and Sam Flan. Single track, Jinxie. Ghost Rider gets P6, our tier 4 reserve. Mark H gets P7, Airways, Armar Red, and Jackster gets P10, followed by Crustier T, Simba, Bit, B17, Duncan, Boothy, Smith, Quimo, Fanduke, and Monster, both of whom didn't set times. That was a very, very tight qualifying.
Yes, especially if you consider the length of the track. I mean, P2 to P5, right?
Yeah.
Less than a tenth. and also P7 to P10, I believe, was extremely close. So yeah, the top five are a little bit ahead of the rest of the grid, but I'm really curious how this is gonna play out in the race. So JSAT spoiled the party a little bit there between
Yeah.
Fox and Samflan.
But I will say, quali pace and race pace are two very, very different things.
They are, and it will be very interesting to see who can keep it clean, keep it off the ball. I mean, it's a high-speed circuit.
Yep.
We often have safety cars there, except for Friday. There we just had one, and of
Yep.
course, in exactly that race, I underfueled and paid the price at the end.
It may have been me who caused that one safety car.
Oh.
But we don't talk about that.
Well, we're gonna talk about that off stream.
Yeah, indeed.
Now I'm off. No.
Oh dear.
No. It was helpful. It was helpful. Otherwise, I couldn't have raced to the end. But yeah, I mean, usually, from my experience, there are a lot of safety cars here on this track, and it's only 22 laps, so
Yeah.
it's actually possible that you don't have more than 5 laps of racing in a row. So,
But it's also a very, very long lap. A very long lap.
Yes.
So many opportunities to lose it as well. There are so many corners where you just get your throttle input slightly wrong and you're gone. Let's have a look in the YouTube chats here. We've got Reese Whitcomb said, "Get Sarge on stream. Want to see him bottle his lap." Well, I'm going to say no more about that. Good evening, Chaos Druid. Yes, it is the one and only Baby Hornet. He's gutting that he's not racing on Wednesday, and Mandy thinks we should talk about the cause of the safety car, and I'm going to strongly disagree and not talk about that. All I will say about that is Simon doesn't do well in wet conditions, especially around Spa. If he was sensible, he would do a lot more wet weather practice, but that's not going to happen.
Oh.
But yeah, so the two championship leaders, starting in P2, P3, Fox is going to want to get a good start here and try to build a bit of a gap pretty quickly, I would think.
Yeah, and maybe, Spa is one of those tracks where being on pole isn't necessarily a win, because once you come down the Camel Straight, I mean, people are going 3 wide, 4 wide there. It's insane. So
yeah,
you're very vulnerable in the first lap, and
yeah,
there's also quite danger of a crash.
yeah,
So I've had multiple races here where there was a huge crash in the first sector at the start.
Thing is, Eau Rouge can absolutely throw you out on this game.
Yes, and when you're coming with maybe with tires which are a little bit cold, maybe often you go too wide there in the first lap. I did this. It went well, but I mean it's scary. And then you have a full tank. The car is gonna feel different than in quali. I mean nowadays, Rouge is not a very difficult corner, but still in the race with a heavy car, it's not as easy as in time trial or in quali.
Exactly, and like you say, when you've got cold tyres, Eau Rouge is a very, very different game.
And there are bumps, so you need to be very,
very careful,
very careful on your steering. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Mandy says maybe we could ask management for a whole season of wet races. I am conveniently busy for that entire season. I will not be attending.
Well, I will race multiple tiers then.
There are people who would absolutely adore that. I am not one of them.
Yes. Well, I like wet races.
I think the weirdest one we ever had was, oh gosh, when was it? Must have been 3 or 4 seasons ago now. And Tier 3 had a wet qualifying in Abu Dhabi.
Well, I've had a wet start in Jeddah once. That was also
Make it
quite
make
crazy.
sense. It's in a desert. Why is it raining?
Don't think many people were prepared for that. I mean,
No.
some of the guys, I'm not saying names, are probably also practicing for wet weather in Qatar, but you know, it's
Honestly, if it
just to be
rains in
sure.
Qatar, I'm done. I'm just done with this game at the point it rains in Qatar.
Nah, not there, but yeah, wet races are fun. I mean, I think the hardest one I've ever had it was not in this league, but it was like, was it F121? It was a 100% race around Hungary in full wet conditions, the whole race. That
My
was
debut in
so
MRC was in Tier 2 around Hungary, and it was chucking it down. And it was my first ever race on wheel, and I think I used about 8 front wings. But I was like, I am going to finish this race one way or another because this is my first race in the league.
Well, you have ran such slow wings in Hungary.
Well, bear in mind, at this point, I also had zero idea about the role of setups and how they work and how they help. So I just chucked a setup on, hoped for the best, and it went disastrously badly.
Well, yeah, I mean, like with basically a monster setup around Hungary.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun, yeah.
0-0 wings, that works, right?
I'm surprised you didn't delete this game.
No, I powered through, it was fine. But yeah, let's have a look at tyre strategy. Basically, the entire grid is on mediums, except for Single Track and Smith on hards, and Monster, Airways and Jinxie on softs. Every single other person has gone for mediums.
Interesting. Yeah.
It is the safe bet on this game to go for a set of mediums at the start of the race.
It is indeed.
They heat up relatively quickly. If there's an early safety car, you have strategy options. It's just the easy option.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I mean, I can understand it. I can also understand that you want to start on the soft tires. I mean, you can, if there's an early safety car, you can get rid of them, put on the mediums.
Or chuck on the hards if you think you can take them far enough.
Yeah, maybe. So you can also use the hards for long, but Single Track and Smith are using the hards now. I don't know. If you put on the hards, you need to hope that there won't be a safety car for at least half of the race.
Yeah, you want a safety car probably around lap 11 if you're on the hard tyres to get onto the mediums and know you're going to get them to the end.
Yeah, you need some luck.
Yeah, you need a lot of luck. I'm always too terrified to go for the hards. Also, one of my weakest points is heating up tyres, so I am too terrified to start on the hard tyres.
If I'm at the back of the grid, I might consider it, but if I'm in the midfield or more up front, I generally don't do it.
If I'm at the back, I'd go for softs, honestly.
That's the other option.
Get a bit of pace, get some early moves done, hope for a safety car, get onto the hards and undercut everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Move up the grid quickly and then you can maybe see what happens.
I'm just revealing to the whole of MRC how my strategies work, so I'm just ruining any chance I have of a title at this point.
Yeah. They're all taking notes.
Yeah. J-Sarge has gone very aggressive in his starting box. He is pointing directly towards Fox.
I have a horrible camera angle. It's like I'm watching from Zandvoort.
Oh, gosh. But here we go. The lights are about to come on. Any second now. Any second. Please, for the love of the Lord, lights, come on! Oh, no! This is looking glitchy. Oh! Please, no, today's not the day, F1. What's happening?
I think there's something going wrong.
There's a glitch. Oh. Chaos Druid said you had a chance at a title? Actually, yes. I've been in a title fight 2 or 3 times, and I have bottled it every single time. But the chance was there.
Okay, Duncan has left the session now.
Here we go.
Now the race is going.
4 lights, 5 lights, and we are away in Belgium. It's a good start from J Sarge. It's also a very good start from Fox. Not the best start from Sam Flan. Single track. Oh, gets pushed very, very wide out of turn 1. I'm just keeping my eyes, making sure that nobody's calling a red flag, but we seem to be good. Fox had a bit of a kick out of Eau Rouge, but gets a pretty decent run. Jinxie's already side by side with Sam Flan going up the Kemmel Straight. Sam Flan breaks later, they're side by side. Still side by side, oh my gosh. Jinxie leaves room, but closes the door just enough. Very nice, up to P3 on his soft tyres. Airways is right on the back of Armar Red as well, who unfortunately hasn't had the best start. Oh, Airways has got so much more pace on those soft tyres, but Armar Red defends beautifully. Ooh. Armar is defending well, but Airways is chomping at the bit to get past him as quickly as possible. Does he have the pace down here? Oh, they're side by side going into the left-hander. And Airways pulls it off. He's up to P7.
Oh, on the grass he was. Oh, Jaxter's maybe sending it.
Oh, he sends it. What a move from Jaxter.
Gets the corner and leaves the room. Wow, well done.
Very nice indeed. As J Sarge is extending the gap on Fox just a little bit. This could leave him vulnerable to Jinxie in a couple of laps if he doesn't get that gap closing down.
Things are calming down a little bit up front. Oh,
Jaxter's closing down the Kemmel Straight. But Airways is just so much more confident under braking on those soft tyres.
Oh, B17 with switch.
Ooh.
And he's lost the place to cross here.
Airways is starting to close that gap to Ghost Rider. And Ghost Rider is holding on to the back of Single Track very well here. I think Single Track is struggling to get the heat in those hards early on.
Well, that's what we're talking about. The first few laps, the other guys are going to be faster, of course. But the longer the race goes, the more pace he's going to get compared to the guys around him.
Fox seems to be struggling a bit. He's already out of DRS range of J Sarge, so could be vulnerable down the Kemmel Straight this lap. Oh no, he's just got himself back in. But he's gonna need to have a very nice exit out of turn 1 if he wants to keep himself in DRS. Oh, he's right on the border. Fox seems much more confident in the bus stop chicane than J Sarge. He's gonna get DRS, but he's definitely too far back to manage. The B17's out! And it's a safety car!
Oh, what happened there? On the run towards...
Oh, yeah!
Must have been a collision with somebody.
That looks like... What year was it? Perez had an incident like that quite a few years ago, didn't he? 2017 or 18?
Yeah, well, 80 or something, 80 with Ocon, yes. So
Yeah.
maybe something similar happened.
I have a feeling it might be. And Fox breathes a sigh of relief at this point, and he can just recompose himself. What does Jinxie do at this point? I would say he'd have to stay out on those softs at this point. Because if he pits, he's going to be down in what? P12? P13, I would guess?
Bit early, though.
Yeah. If he goes to the hards, he would struggle to get them to the end, I would imagine.
But something's not wrong with Duncan's car. He seems to be desync a little bit, like he's still last place, even though he passed B17's retired car. And, like...
I think he's already a lap down.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a lap down, basically, but he's not. I mean, his AI started when he left the session. And I think he also started in last place, which was weird because, if I remember correctly, he didn't finish last.
Sorry to interrupt you, Jinxie has pit.
He has.
And he's put on another set of soft tyres.
That's an interesting.
This is a very interesting strategy. I don't know what he's trying to pull off here.
No, me neither. Well, maybe we can solve that one.
My guess is he thinks he can take these softs, provided there's no safety car, to about lap 12, and then he's going to go to a set of mediums, so he's foregoing the hard tyres this race. That's my best guess about what he's trying to manage here.
Yeah. Probably you're right, yes.
Which is, I mean, it's one way to do it. Now, the big question is, who is looking after their tyres better out of J. Sarge and Fox? Does J. Sarge just have unbelievable pace, or was he pushing ridiculously hard at the start there and might be taking too much wear out of his tyres? Because if Fox is tyre saving, it could benefit him 5 or 6 laps down the line.
Maybe that's a possibility.
But the simple answer is, I have absolutely no idea which way this is going. How is Nerd Duncan now supposedly 2 minutes and 29 behind? That's nearly double lapped. Which I don't think... There's a glitch here, I think.
Very wrong here. I think he's out of sync for. He was also one who he was behind a lot during the formation lap. I thought he just spun, but yeah, he's just decent. So I think, unfortunately,
he is in the middle of the pack, to be fair. So he is definitely lapped by a chunk of the field.
Yeah, he would be 2 laps down. That's not possible.
No, he's definitely not 2 laps down. That would be very interesting, given that the safety car came out on the 3rd lap.
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming that the safety car will come in at the end of this lap because the grid is all together. Yeah, everyone's there. So are the hard runners, i.e. Krusty T down to Mark H, hoping to take those hards to the end, or do we think they're hoping for a late safety car?
I'm not sure. I think it's possible. And guys on Friday, some guys did that. So if there is no safety car, you probably try to stay out.
Yeah. If there's a late, I think you're kind of dedicating to pitting for softs.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
God, this is a really long lap, isn't it? It means safety cars just last for hours. But J Sarge is expecting the safety car to come in because there is some hefty weaving going on. And we should find out after this second right-hander. Yep, there it is.
Yeah,
the safety car is coming in. As J Sarge slows the pace down. Although it's not the slowest restart we've ever seen, a solid 75 miles an hour. And he's gone super early. Hopefully he's not going to catch the safety car.
Sunplan really caught nothing. He almost.
Oh, he really was. Nearly 2 seconds. Fox is very much going to like that result. Although we got a massive kick out of the bus stop. Airways has had a pretty good restart. He's going to want to get past Ghost Rider ASAP here. But it does seem like Ghost Rider has some disgustingly low wings.
Watching at the back, there seems to be some sort of confusion. Don't know what happened there.
Even with the tow, Airways cannot make any move on Ghost Rider.
Are we looking at the back of the grid? We have a three-way fight down the straight.
Oh, Airways, I think, has gone round.
Oh yeah, he's slow.
And had to let a load of people through. He's lost out massively there.
Oh no, at least the car seems to be alright.
Yeah, I didn't see any damage.
Oh, but Semflan's gonna be fuming. He's gonna be mad at himself.
He's gonna be kicking himself for that restart.
Being in another, he was like he was in Disneyland. I don't know where he was. Not in Spa. Not in.
He was in Zandvoort, yeah.
Yeah. I have no idea. Oh, there's Armax is round, yes.
Oh, Armar is round. Yep, that's another easy place to lose it, unfortunately. Oh, Fox has had an issue in the bus stop, though. He's lost out massively to J Sarge there.
Oh, that's cute. Crucial. Yeah, not in the DRS. It's not enabled yet, but now he has to push on this lap to get back into the DRS.
There's actually only 2 people who are actually in DRS range of someone else right now.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
That is crazy.
Field is spreading out a little bit.
It's massively spreading out. Oh, Fox has closed the gap down again. He's just dancing either side of that DRS gap. Jackster's out!
Oh, Jackster's out. Yeah, safety car.
Safety car. Do the medium runners pit now?
I think now there should be the time for that.
It's a better time, but do they have the gap to those who pitted for the hards? Not really. People like Crustier T, Monster, Bit, Fanduke are in a fantastic position if the medium runners do pit now.
Yeah, I think you're right, they are.
They're going to gain a lot of positions out of this. The person who's in a pickle now is Jinxie. Does he pit again and go for the hard tyres? Or does he dedicate to waiting for the mediums? Fox is in, J-Sarge is in, Sam Flan's in, Single Track will take the lead of this race. Ghost Rider comes in. Simba also comes in. All the medium runners are saying now's the time. Jinxie's back in again.
So now we're gonna see a completely new grid order. See how it sorts itself.
J-Sarge comes out in second and Fox in fourth. They actually didn't lose as many places as I was expecting there.
Oh, I mean, we just mentioned that we spread out quite a bit. That saved them, and that puts them in a very good position, of course, especially J-Sarge, because he has Crustier in between them now, and Fox has Monster and Bit
between him and Sam Flan. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Sam Flan's really the biggest loser out of those pit stops.
And Smith has chosen the fresh set of Fox. That's interesting.
That's a very interesting strategy.
I don't think you can take them to the end.
I wouldn't want to do 14 laps on a set of softs around Spa. I think maybe half of that you'd start to think, these are starting to get a little bit dodgy.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna last until the end.
So actually, I'm not sure, at this point, that this hard strategy has worked out for single track. He's got a 7-lap deficit on his hards, and he's going to have to fight to take those to a late safety car, ideally. Otherwise, he's going to lose out quite big time here.
Yeah, you're right.
But then I'm not sure the likes of Crustier T, Monster and Bit will get those to the end. There's another 14 laps to go yet on 4-lap-old hards. It's going to be tight.
It will be. Safety car is not coming in. We're gonna have another lap.
Yep. You'll always get 2 laps under safety car. That's what I've noticed.
Yeah. Though the field was lined up, so but they still decided to.
Something in the coding, they've said you will get 2 laps of safety car minimum, depending on the spread of the field.
And of course, around here, now it's basically it's like 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, basically you get 18 minutes of safety car around Spa.
Yeah, they basically do.
But yeah, I think J-Sarge is in a very, very good position. Is this going to be his first win of the season, I think?
It could be.
Let me have a quick look. Standings. Where's Tier 2? Tier 2? Oh, no, my Discord's being stupid. There it is. J-Sarge. Oh no, he won in Jeddah. I stand corrected. So he's on for his second win of the season. I mean, the big thing here is Jake, i.e. Fox River 8, is fighting for first place in the championship, and he doesn't have a single win to his name yet this season.
Doesn't have?
He's got 4th, 2nd, 5th, 2nd, 5th, 2nd, 4th. I mean, he's had unbelievable consistency to finish inside the top 5 every single race. But he hasn't got a win yet, and he's still fighting for the title. But I know Fox very well, and he's desperate to have a win this season. So I think he might be pushing on these hards to see if he can get a better result out of them. See, I had a feeling who Mega Gamer was when he said, "Why, hello there," and now he's said, "Let's go Foxy Boy." I know for a fact that's Winky. I would put money on that. But the safety car is in. Single track will lead us away. And I've just noticed we don't have any penalties yet, so well done to the Tier 2 boys, because I'd probably have about 15 seconds by now.
Oh, well, behind the safety car, you would be able to stay with him.
You'd think.
Or there you get 5 seconds for hitting.
Yeah.
Run.
Probably. He hasn't gone yet. He hasn't gone
Very late
yet.
now.
And he goes. And he really hasn't caught J. Sarge sleeping at all. But Monster was caught sleeping a bit, already a second behind Fox. And Bit is right on the back of Monster. He gets a very, very nice exit out of Eau Rouge. Side by side down the Camel Straight. Who's going to be braver on the brakes? They're side by side. Oh, there's contact.
Wow, no spin for Bit.
Bit does very, very well to keep that in a straight line. Quimo gets the first penalty. I jinxed him. Sorry about that. Mandy says, not been enough racing laps to get penalties, lol. You underestimate my driving.
Oh, I think that's very close.
Oh, he is literally pushing single track Rampua.
Oh, little tap. Slight kiss.
I think J. Sarge likes Belgium somehow. Fox River got past Crestiatia. I missed that one.
Oh, now he's behind J-Sarge. That's crucial.
He is right on the back here. If single track can hold J. Sarge. Oh, he goes on the grass. There's a slight tap and he runs super wide. Can Fox get the move done into the bus stop chicane? He pulls side by side. He backs out. He's going to aim to get the exit here, possibly get the move done into one. But J. Sarge just gets a better exit. He has to be patient for the moment.
Well, now Fox is going to hit double slipstream down the straight.
Single track might lose 2 places for the price of 1 here. Here comes J. Sarge. I don't think there's much fighting he can do here. And Fox goes up the other side. Three seconds for Monster. I definitely jinxed the no penalties thing.
Oh yeah, no, you did. Well, so now you have the first 2 back at it again, and Samplan is really...
Oh, really single track runs super wide! And Samplan goes past.
I was about to say you have 3 cars between them, now it's just 2, but it cost him a lot of time.
Yeah. I mean, Sam Flan could still get a podium here. He's looking pretty racy this stint. Let's stick on board with Sam Flan because he is right at the back of Monster. Coming onto the straight that is straight in no way, shape or form. He gets a very good slipstream. Is he going to send it into the bus stop? He is!
Yes.
Oh, they're side by side. Sam Flan runs slightly wide. Monster doesn't have the DRS on Krusty T, so if Sam Flan just sits and waits, the Kemmel Straight should be pretty easy for him, although he gets such an exit out of the first corner. He has to hold 7th so that he's not running into the back of Monster, and through he goes before the DRS. And I think Monster might lose out to Fan Duke here as well. He loses 2 places down the Kemmel Straight. And Sam Flan is up to P4. And Bits caught up to the back of single track now. And Monster's holding on to the back of Fan Duke pretty well. Now that Sam Flan's got some clean air, he's pulling away a bit.
Duncan has now retired in the pit lane, so...
Yeah, that's understandable.
Unfortunate technical issues
yeah.
meant that he couldn't really race today with the guys. That's very unfortunate. But it made no sense.
No, it didn't make sense for him to continue, unfortunately. Oh, Fan Duke runs really wide out of the double right-hander. As Monster's basically pushing him up to the bus stop chicane. Oh, and Fan Duke goes to the pits.
Yeah, that can be quite dangerous when you're fighting him.
Yeah, indeed.
One guy wants to pit.
And Sam Flan's in the DRS of Krusty T now, so again, he should get a pretty comfortable move down the Kemmel Straight here.
Yeah, I don't think Krusty will be able to defend that one.
Oh, Sam Flan just has so much more confidence through a Rouge. And there's the move done long before the braking zone.
Yep, so, but still it's more than 3 seconds to Fox. Who's, by the way, also losing out to Jay Sargent. It's over 2 seconds. So
yeah, I would imagine Fox is probably in tyre preservation mode here.
Yeah, of course they're going to look after the tyres. They will have to do this.
They've got a long way to go yet.
Yeah, but I think on the hards it should be possible.
Yeah. I would think so. There's a nice little train going on from single track all the way down to Ghost Rider. And Bit's just got so much more confidence under traction now. And that slipstream is so powerful down here. Is he going to send it into the bus stop, or is he going to be a patient man? He's going to be a patient man. Very, very wise. You've got 2 DRS zones coming up. And actually, making a move into turn 1 isn't the best idea, because yes, you get the move done, but then you are vulnerable down the Kemmel Straight.
So you got to play it a little bit tactically there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's got to backfire massively on the straight.
Yeah, absolutely. Mind you, he's lost out a little bit coming down towards the Kemmel Straight. Is he too far back to get anything done now? 0.6 of a second, 0.7 of a second. Jinxie gets the move done. But is too far back for single track this time.
Yeah, not yet.
Apart from this train, the field has started to spread out a little bit.
Yeah, again, not that much fighting. Well, we've seen fighting. It's not like we don't see fights, but
No.
Brett got his feet in it,
Oh,
but
Jinxie's
they
there!
go side by side. Wow, that was
Oh, I think there might have been a very light tap there.
close. Probably you're right.
But they both make it through unharmed, so that's the main thing. Ghost Rider's lost out a little... No, Simba, sorry, has lost out a little bit to Bit here. And Ghost Rider gets a very, very nice exit. But isn't going to send it into the bus stop chicane. Very wise. Oh, Simba runs super deep in the bus stop. Jinxie's looking good for a move down the Camel on single track here. But single track does look very, very good through a Rouge and Radiant. But there's the straight line speed of Jinx. Oh, he's going to get two here. He's going to get single track and Monster. No, he has to back out against Monster, although he runs super deep.
Oh, he's gonna.
And what an exit from Jinxie. They're still too wide. Very nice move from Jinxie. Gets the move done. Gets 2 places. Sam Flan is closing that gap to Fox. It's down to 1.6 now.
Yeah, maybe we're gonna have a battle for Q2 there. J-Sarge looks pretty much settled in the league.
J-Sarge is checked out at this point.
Yeah, his pace is far ahead.
Very impressive.
Oh,
Monster's hanging on to the back of Jinxie, yeah. Although Ghost Rider, oh, he's right on the back of Simba, has to back out very last minute. Crustia goes to the pits, yeah. I would suggest a set of softs is probably what he's going to go on to at this point.
Oh, mediums.
Mediums at this point. I mean, it's the safe option, but I would say you could easily get a set of softs to the end at this point.
I think so too, but... No, maybe there's some sort of tractor supplies are not really great for everyone.
Yeah.
For example, Portugal as well, they're not really that great, but I think now with the lighter carriage, they should be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, Ghost Rider and Goodbye. Yeah, still can't get past.
And Airways has joined the back of the battle now.
Yeah, Airways fighting his way back through the field.
He is.
After his spin.
He's back in the points so far, but will want to capitalise on it a little bit more if he can. 3 seconds for Monster. That could be huge.
Second one.
Just a thought. When is Single Track gonna pit?
Should be soon. Maybe he's waiting for the safety car.
He's driving around going, safety car, safety car, safety car, please,
yeah,
safety car, please, safety car.
Well, his teammates also has time penalty now. And Samflan is within the DRS range right now.
I've just seen that, yeah. He is going to be possibly setting himself up for a nice, easy move down the Camel.
Well, I'm not sure about this lap, but it surely has a good chance of overtaking if I consider the pace that he's showing.
He's looking very, very strong this stint. And he's going to want to get the move done as soon as possible because although there's 5 laps left, that's not a lot of time to close down 6 seconds on this track.
No, it's not. Yeah, but Jace Art is very fast right now, so I
Yes.
wouldn't bet on him. Well, single track is coming out in P13, so there's some gap that he has to close to get to
I
the points.
assume he's on the softs.
Oh, yeah, he is. So
Yeah, of
he's
course he
gonna
is, yeah.
gain match time. He's gonna be very fast now.
Yeah, he'll gain a few positions off that, I would think.
Well,
Oh,
especially
yellow
there's a,
flag, it's Armar again.
Yeah, so that's the first one that he's gonna gain. Oh, the guard just stopped being ghosted just when he approached him. I had to avoid him.
Actually, now that Samflan's in the dirty air, he's not closing the gap as much to Fox. It's kind of stabilized around 0.8 of a second.
Yeah, it is. But now, look at the fight for P7. Full cast.
Oh, Ghost Rider goes through on Simba that time. But I'll give this to Simba. He's a wily racer. If Ghost Rider was going to make the move, he's going to go, you make the move, mate. I've got 2 DRS straights coming up, so I'm getting that place back.
Airways hitting, okay.
Yeah. Although he doesn't get a good exit out of the bus stop. So he really wants a good exit out of 1 and down through Eau Rouge. He gets a decent exit. Ghost Rider does not seem as confident through Eau Rouge as the gap comes tumbling down. And he's flashing, so through goes Simba, who is also flashing, and Fanduke sends it up! And gets a very nice exit there. Now Simba wants to get his head down and hope that Fanduke and Ghost Rider have a bit of a fight. Having said the gap's not coming down, Sam Flan is right on the back of Fox. But seems to be struggling a bit more with that double right-hander. But he is much closer to this up. Ooh, very confident under braking. Fox is getting a much better exit out of the bus stop. Can he get the exit out of turn 1 that might save him this lap? It's suddenly looking very overcast as well. I don't think we're going to get rain, but it suddenly looks a lot less sunny. Ooh, Simba has an issue out of 1.
Now we see Samflan going into P2.
Yeah, Fox is going to want to try and hang on to the back here. As Fanduke gets the move done on Simba down the Camel. Krusty had half a look at Ghost Rider, but couldn't get the move done. Oh, he tried to send it up the inside and it didn't work.
Oh, I didn't catch that one.
Which puts Single Track right back into the fight for points. Oh, and his tyres are a bit cooked now. Let's jump back up to Fox, who is just about hanging on to DRS. I think Fox might be running some higher wings because his traction looks a little bit better than Samflan's. Although Samflan had a really spectacular bus stop chicane.
Ghost Rider is still trying to fight back. So this battle will continue between him and Simba. Can't separate these guys.
Let's jump back to Ghost Rider. Fastest lap for single track. Once again, Simba has a better Eau Rouge. And I don't think Ghost Rider is going to be close enough this time. Oh, 3 seconds for Fox. That's really not what he wanted. Fastest lap for Amar. Very nice. I think we're going to stick with Ghost Rider for the moment because this is the closest battle on track.
It is. Oh,
Simba runs super wide.
No, it's getting really dark right now.
I think if we had another 3 or 4 laps, we'd be seeing some rain possibly.
I mean, here on this track, on this game, it literally takes 1 lap from going to wet to dry, and maybe also the other way around.
Yeah.
I wouldn't rule it out. It's a long lap.
Ghost Rider's not going to get the move done here. He needs to set himself up nicely for Eau Rouge, because that's where Simba's been pulling the gap again. Yeah, Simba just has much, much better exits in the traction zones. Oh, and Ghost Rider runs a bit deep out of 1.
He's got a good exit.
He got a decent exit though, to be fair.
Both been catching up, and he's a fresh tires.
3 seconds for Simba now. That's gonna be huge.
Can't attack. Too far away.
He'd struggle to deal with Fan Duke at this point, I think, so he just needs to hang on to the back of Simba and take the place on penalties, really. New fastest lap for Hodgson.
Oh, it's gonna be a 3-way battle to the line.
Well, unfortunately, that penalty's done Simba a bit dirty here, unless Ghost Rider or Krusty T get a penalty in the last couple of laps.
Yeah.
Oh, Krusty T has much better traction. Oh! That was a risky place to send it, and they did very well not to touch there.
Look now, Single Track is joining them on his soft tires. Who knows?
He
Maybe he can do
is.
something on the run down towards the top chicane.
He's a bit too far back for the bus stop, but might be able to set himself up down Eau Rouge. Ooh, big twitch from Krusty T. Let's Single Track get his nose alongside into 1.
For some reason, I thought we were already on the last lap. I don't know why, but no, we still have.
No, this is the last lap now.
Now we're going side by side through.
Side by side through Eau Rouge, and Krusty T has to back out and get.
That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. I think.
Ghost Rider.
Oh, he had half a look. Oh, and then Krusty T tries to send it at the end of the camel.
Yeah, that went wrong. Yeah, he made contact with Single Track.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Now Single Track has the chance to get both of them.
He does. He needs to get past Ghost Rider so that he can take P8 post penalties. And through he goes. Ghost Rider seems to just let him through.
Okay. Okay, he doesn't have to.
He absolutely doesn't have to, but fair play to Ghost Rider. Not
Well, now,
interfering with the
wait.
Tier 2 battle.
But J-Star's already crossed the line.
He has,
Completely
so
forgot
has
about him.
Samflan, and so has Fox. But I'm going to stay on board with
nothing
Single
changed on the
Track, who is side by side with Simba, and I think Simba's letting his teammate through. Very respectful driving from Simba there. Who is just defending from Ghost Rider, now letting Single Track definitely take P8.
Oh, what a race to the line. Always almost got Ghost Rider, but
Simba
stays in
keeps
P11.
P10, so he gets the point.
Yeah, he does. Wow.
And then Armar's gonna come home in P13. Just coming through. We are literally on the edge of rain as this race finishes.
Oh, yeah, we are. So, indeed, you had the second half of the race.
And Quimo loses it out of the bus stop chicane.
Oh, well, that was not ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 meters before the finish line, so yeah, it's gonna be overtaken by his teammate still, who's coming across the line now.
P15 for Smith.
Yeah, so indeed, many drivers finished on the hard tires, which they put on early during the safety car, and
yeah, they did well to look after those hard tires for so long.
Yeah, and really unlucky, of course, for the guys who started on the hard tires. The single tracks race was basically ruined.
I mean, we did say at the start that starting on the hards is the riskier option.
Yeah,
because you're banking on a late safety car, really. And it just didn't come, unfortunately.
No, it didn't work out for him.
But here is your provisional finishing position. So J Sarge takes the win, followed by Samflan, who will now take the lead of the championship by 3 points over Fox. Followed by Jinxie, Bit, Fanduke, Monster, Single Track, Ghost Rider, and Simba in P10. Followed by Airways, Crustiety, Armar Red, Mark, Smith, and Quimo, Boothy, Nerduncan, Jackster, and B17. So who is your vote for driver of the day?
I think we're going to give it to Monster from last place up until P7.
Yeah.
He really stretched the hard tires, and it worked out for him.
And I would agree with an honourable mention for Fanduke, who went from P19 to P6. So an equally impressive drive.
Absolutely. Both gained 13 places.
Yeah, so very well done from both of those.
DNFs, so.
No, we didn't have a lot of DNFs, actually.
Oh, 17 cars saw the checkered flag. So.
Yeah. But there we go. So thank you all for joining us for Tier 2. We will be back in about... Ooh, what time is it? We'll be back in about 20 minutes, where the Tier 1 boys will take to Belgium. Best of luck for your race, LRL, which will be happening in about 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not really prepared for it. No,
it's the downside to doing this comms. You're like, I've missed out on about 20 laps of practice.
For you guys, so no, it's good for me because now I'm gonna have an excuse.
We are incredibly grateful for you giving up your practice time to come and comms with us.
I have an excuse, so it's good for me as well.
Oh, LRL, you didn't have a good race. Yeah, well, I gave up my time for comms. Priorities.
I sacrificed myself for the league. So.
I love it. But yes, thank you all for joining us. We will see you soon. Good night.
Good night.